So as you may all recall, my ex-husband was convicted of possession of CSAM back in May of 2022 when he was an active duty Marine, and the Marine Corps prosecuted him and he got the minimum sentence, and in the end he didn't even have to register as a SMEX offender. The minimum sentence, by the way, was 2 years. 2 years of which he served 8 months of that 2-year sentence. And because so many people have questioned whether my story was just a one-off or whether it's a severe problem within the Marine Corps, I am here to read you the month of May's court-martial reports for the Marine Corps. All of these court-martial reports that I'm going to read are going to consist of either SA, DV, or CSAM, or a combination of all three. So here we go. At a general court-martial at Marine Corps Base Camp Foster, a military judge convicted Lance Corporal O.M. Mendez-Velez pursuant to the accused pleas, which, by the way, you're going to hear in pretty much all of these. They were all offered plea deals. That is in line with how my ex-husband was offered a plea deal. The victims never get a say on the plea. And it says here, he was convicted and sentenced to only 16 months confinement, and he was convicted of CSAM not involving sexual contact. So he only got 16 months confinement. Now moving right along, we are going to focus on Camp Foster, also a Marine Corps base. And this one's pretty crazy to me, because in this one, he was not only convicted of SA, he was also convicted of unlawful entry. So he broke and entered and then attempted to grape someone. And for that, he was only convicted of 3 years confinement, which to me seems quite less than it should be. So moving right along, we are now at Marine Corps Air Station Miramar, where a military judge convicted Sergeant T.M. Hawkins of domestic violence, in which his sentence was only 58 days confinement. It also includes a bad conduct discharge, which is less than, say, a dishonorable discharge, but still not great. And once again, we are back at Camp Foster, where a military judge convicted Master Sergeant K.O. Heinel. I'm probably not saying that name correctly. And once again, he was offered a plea deal. He was convicted of attempt of SA of a child. It does not say the child's age. And he was convicted and sentenced to 176 days of confinement with a dishonorable discharge. So a little bit better, but still 176 days. That's it. And then once again at Camp Foster is apparently having a really big problem in the month of May for 2024. A military judge convicted Private First Class G.A. D'Alessandro pursuant to the accused pleas of attempted SA of a child. Consistent with the plea agreement, the military judge sentenced the accused to a dishonorable discharge and, get this, only 11 months of confinement. So tell me again how my case was just a one-off and how the military is trying very hard to take these matters more seriously. Clearly, they don't care. And I promise you, out of all of these people, probably none of them will be registered as a SMEX offender when they get out, because the military doesn't follow up. They don't get a probation officer. They just move home and they're never heard from again until they reoffend.